Late one night, in the heart of an old, creaking mansion, a man named Jack was alone, investigating claims of paranormal activity. The wind howled through the cracks of the ancient windows, and every step Jack took echoed through the empty halls. He had always been a skeptic, laughing off the stories of vengeful spirits and haunted places. But this time felt different. Jack wasn't a stranger to old houses or eerie atmospheres. As a professional investigator, he had spent years debunking ghost stories. But something about this place felt darker. It was as if the house itself had been waiting for him. The deeper he ventured into its abandoned rooms, the heavier the air became. Suddenly, he heard a voice, a faint whisper calling his name from upstairs. His pulse quickened as his logical mind told him it was just the wind, but his instincts screamed otherwise. As Jack climbed the creaking staircase, he was drawn to a room at the end of the hallway, a room that hadn't been touched for decades. The door slowly opened by itself as he approached. Inside, the room was freezing, and the air was thick with an unnatural chill. Then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw it, a figure standing by the window, dressed in tattered old-fashioned clothes, staring out into the darkness. Jack froze, his heart pounding in his chest. He had never seen anything like this before. This wasn't a trick of the light or a shadow cast by the moon. The figure slowly turned to face him, revealing hollow, sunken eyes and a face twisted with anger and sorrow. Jack's breath caught in his throat. He felt a crushing weight on his chest as the ghost began to move toward him, its mouth opening in a silent scream. Unable to move, Jack's heart raced faster and faster, thudding painfully against his ribcage. His vision blurred as the room seemed to close in around him. Just as the ghost reached out with its cold, dead hands, Jack's heart gave out. The last thing he saw was the spirit's hollow gaze, and then everything went dark. When his body was found the next morning, his face was frozen in terror, his hand clutching his chest. The authorities ruled it a heart attack, but the locals whispered of the ghost who haunted that old mansion, waiting for another skeptic to challenge its presence.